Hi, Patric here, and welcome to today's Insider Coaching session. And I hope that you're doing great. I want to pull up the questions here, and we're just going to go through them. So let's start with Eric's case. So this is the submissions, and I will start to review from here and consult Eric. And it's great that Eric's on the coaching session right now because then I can ask him questions right away. All right, so let me just go through with this so that you have the background of what's going on. So current idea development, create a blog and push affiliate products focusing on parenting content and products, including Facebook ads. Create ebook to sell on Kindle store, educational, 9 books of about 30 English idioms per book, and children's book, 2 completed. Modular video teaching how to build specific functional WordPress site. Example, how to build your own Airbnb site, booking.com site, or AirAsia site. And fourth, setting a complete build specific functional WordPress digital solution, similar to item 3, but this is a complete build WordPress to sell a whole digital product that customer can just customize it, right? So we have a lot of good stuff here and amazing things that you are doing, Eric. And it's great that you are already doing something and moving forward with that, right? So let me just digest this, right? You have a few options, but specifically, I'm looking at 2 niche markets here, right? In terms of the market that you want to serve, you either have the parenting niche, targeting parents with children, of course, and the other one is a business opportunity niche where you create solutions for them. You have two, and based on these 2 niche market, you have expanded to different type of products, different types of approaches that you can either penetrate the market or dominate the market if you're already in the market, right? So you have two if I was to wrap this up. Now, the way how you build the business with strength is to choose going with one niche market. You can do both, right? But it's always better to build a business, I would call it the vertical style rather than the horizontal style. So what does this mean? It means that if you want to build a strong business with strong foundation, right? Instead of doing like many businesses in terms of different niche market, it is always better for you to build on one niche market and go really deep. So for instance, right, let's say someone says, I saw opportunity in the gaming niche. I saw opportunity in cryptocurrency. I saw opportunity in the pets niche. So they build 3 businesses. But the problem is when they build 3 businesses, they end up working 3 times harder because they could not cross promote each other. They could not be using each other's resources. So which means that you'll be working 3 times harder. I'm not saying that that is not a good model. That may be a good model if you have figured it out, right? But for me, I always build my business to go deep deep in, as in like vertical rather than horizontal. And if you build it that way, you have more time, you have more resources, and of course you'll be making more money, right? So if I was to consult you right now, then the first consultation I'll do with you is that I'll ask you which one would you want to get in, right? So are you going to get into the parenting niche, or you want to get into the business opportunity niche? You have to decide one of these at this moment of time in order for you to move forward. Obviously, you have already moved forward in the sense that you sort of figure this out, like what you want to do and so on, and that is just great, right? So right now you have to decide. Now, and I want to help you to decide in a more strategic way so that you know which one should you choose, because you cannot just go with a guessing game and say, you know what, I think that I want to do this, I think I want to do that. No, if you want to build a business, you want to do it in a way that is always strategic. So look from here again, right? So the way how you make decision, and this of course applies to everyone else who is attending today's training or watching this training, is that what is your priority? So write that down in your notes. In fact, I'm just going to write it for you here. Let me just go ahead and write it down here. So I'll say, what is your prior? What is your priority? What is your priority to do this business? So when I mention priority, the definition of priority is this: is that Are you going to focus on to build a business where you will see that this is something that you'll be known for long term? Are you focused on making some quick income at this moment of time? Now, there's no right or wrong towards this question. So I just want you to understand there's absolutely nothing wrong with trying to make money right now. Okay? But the other option is that you're doing something that your priority is that you want to build a very strong business with strong foundation where you feel really proud to be associated with what you're doing. Like in this niche market, that hey, you are the go-to person, right? So that is one way how you think of making a decision of which niche to choose. The other way that you can use in order for you to think strategically which option that you go for is this is which one is easier for you to get sales. Now let's say you have these two business that you want to go with. Which one do you think that if you start with, if you start spending your time to build it, right, which one of these will be faster for you to get sales? To get sales means for you to start generating income. And the only way how you know which one will get faster, like which one will bring you sales faster, is which one is where you're more familiar with and which one gives you, or should I say that you have resources to build on the business. So look at your resources that you have currently and that you can use and you can monetize. So for instance, let's say you have a product ready, it's done, right? Which means that you can monetize this product at this moment of time rather than choosing something where you need to build a product all over again. You see, this is how I will make decision. So when I explore an opportunity or businesses, I just look at it, say, you know what, am I familiar with this? That's the first question I ask. The second question I ask myself, how much work I need to do, right? And the third question is that where it's going to lead to, like, why am I actually doing this? So this is why there are many businesses that I don't do. Like I can build all kinds of, like, do you know that I actually own avengerssuperheroes.com? I own that domain name. I own avengersheroes.com as well. Marvel didn't even come to ask me to give back the domain names. I've been having that for years right now. But I just didn't do anything because it doesn't connect to what I'm currently doing. I'm not in the comic business. I'm not in the entertainment business. I'm not in any of those. But Avengers Superheroes, that's a very good domain name, don't you think so, right? And I used to use that last time, like many years ago, trying to make some quick money, and I succeeded in doing that. I just put a web page and I generate income from CPA offers. They put their zip code. I made $1 or two for each, or 50 cents for each submissions and so on. But that didn't really build me a business at all. It made me some money, and did I regret doing that? I wouldn't say I regretted doing that, but I was thinking if I used that time to do something else, I would have something that still lasts today. But then again, at that moment of time, I wanted to make money. You see? So again, all I'm trying to tell you is that there's nothing wrong wanting to make money if you know that you're doing something and it will make money for you. Okay? With that, I'm going to continue from my perspective based on your submissions. This is what I would suggest you to do, and this is how I would strategize the business. So it seems that based on what you have submitted to me, is that you have content in hand with your parenting niche. So logically, based on the information that you give to me, I mean, if I'm talking to you, if you're hiring like for personal consultation, this is what I'll just consult you to do based on this submission. I'll say that, hey, you already have content in your hand. Wouldn't you think that's far more easier for you to launch it and to build a business out of it rather than trying to do something else? And I'm referring to the Kindle books that you have finished, and I'm assuming that you have some knowledge about parenting stuff, right? And here's what else is important. Strategically, if you want to get into the business opportunity niche where you help businesses to generate income, build a business and so on, which is a great opportunity, which is a great niche at the same time, the best way to position yourself and to give you the best impact is that You focus on your niche market, say your parenting niche market, and you generate some sales. Not only that you learn the process, but now you have results. And when you have results, it is much more convincing for clients to purchase your done for you website, right? So the model of going to the how-to industry, like the business opportunity industry, it is always this. Don't skip this process. If you ever want to get into the niche market, like what I'm doing, like I'm training you and so on, is that you must first, right, get your results in what you want to train, in what you want to teach, and so on. Now, with these results, then you have what we call a case study. This can be your results or could be your client's results, right? But you gotta have this first. Once you have this, then you'll be able to show to your potential customers and say, hey, I've done it before, and look, I've done it before and I can show you how. So you can brand yourself with the Slumdog Millionaire persona, like, hey, I was once this, I've achieved this now, and now here I can show you how because I've walked the path. Okay. And on the tactical aspect, what I'll do is that I can still focus on the blog, but I will focus more on the Facebook to get the traffic. So you could have your blog post, your link and share on Facebook, so you drive traffic from Facebook to the blog. And what you focus on is that you can run ads to drive the traffic from Facebook to the blog to view the content, and you put Facebook pixels on your blog so that you run a secondary ads to retarget all of those people who consume your content and get them to, say, for instance, buy your affiliate program that you're promoting. Or if you want, you can get them to go ahead and start buying your Kindle books. Now, your Kindle books, it's relatively cheap. I do not know how much you're pricing it, but a common price that people say is like $1.99, because that gives you a higher commission rate. But you could sell it more expensive if that's your monetization strategy. But the whole concept is this: is that you cannot make money with one single Kindle ebooks. So now you have 9 of them. That would be great, because if they buy one, you want them to buy many of those so that you can be profitable. And I'm just going to give a very crash course with Amazon Kindle. And when you run Facebook ads for them to buy Kindle, that will be too expensive for you, because I'm guessing that the Kindle that you're targeting will be US market, because Kindle is not available here. So your Facebook ads is going to be very expensive. So if you want to do this, you got to have the right strategy, the right blueprint, that your focus is to push your Kindle ebooks to be top ranked, so that Amazon takes over and help you to promote your book for you in that sense, right? But if you don't understand that blueprint, then you may not be profitable by running Facebook ads to sell Kindle ebooks in that sense. Okay. The other option is that you can build all of this in the local market, but instead of Kindle ebooks, right, it could be different type of ebooks or even physical books. I mean, if you're just selling locally, you can just print out. It's not going to be too expensive. You can put up, bundle the books and so on. I mean, that would be like the next session that we could have together. Okay. But lots of stuff that you can do. So let's go to the next one. This is from KM Tan. So here we go. Greetings, and I hope this message finds you well. Greeting to you, KM. I've been working on my digital product blueprint after joining your program, and below is the link to the outline and of what I would like to produce in the next couple of months. Okay. I hope you can give me some feedbacks and also recommendation on digital product. This is the link. So the link is a bit too long for you to copy. I will show you later on. I'm building a digital product which is related to Facebook marketing, which is very exciting. All right. My digital product is a step-by-step guide to set up a workable lead generation system using Facebook and a backend platform with autoresponder and website building capability. In your opinion, what are the critical value add elements that I should include in my product of the digital marketing or e-commerce niche in order to make it more attractive to buyer? From the marketing perspective, in your opinion, what are the area that I should focus on for my product in order to attract more buyers? So this is all really great stuff. It's very in details, and I appreciate that, and it helps me to give a better review. So let me just open this up. So this is your modules that we have here. Okay, lead generation machine for your business, and you have all this. So most of these parts are all great. So I will not really dwell into it as long as you have your structure and you know what to cover, and that's good enough. So let's dive in into the question that you have and to review on your project, right? But before we get into this, I want to emphasize again that the session that I'm sharing is actually applicable to everyone, whether this is yours or not. Like for instance, what I shared with Eric, it's about making the decision on how to choose the niche market that you want and what are the steps that you can do. So when we work with KM Tan's example here right now, right, do you put it into your own shoes, so to speak? Because it will make sense if you start seeing from that perspective rather than you seeing as KM Tan's review, okay? Now, I do not know your background, KM, but when I'm doing consultation, I would base on assumption. I will base on assumption that you would have known about Facebook ads, Facebook marketing, and so on, and your intention is basically to create a course to help them to achieve the same results that you have, right? So with that in mind, you would have results. In order for you to go into the knowledge-based business to start teaching, you would have results, right? So I would base on that assumption when I do a consultation in the insider program, all right? Because I wouldn't have the time to understand exactly what you do, your background, and so on. All right, so first, I would break it down to local market to start with, just like how you have planned to do, right? You go for the local market. So when you go for a local market, if you go for a local market, you can diversify your business a bit. And instead of creating the course, the modular course, what you can do is that you can consider to do a live class instead. Because the local market appreciates the live class more than the modular course. And the advantage that you have by doing the live class is it makes your life so much more easier because you don't have to spend the time to record stuff, right? You just spend a day, take your 5 modules that you have. Those will be the 5 parts of training that you're going to do, right? Get them to come and you teach them these 5 parts here. Now, why you want to do a live training? One is that it makes your life really easy because you just put all of them together and bam, you finish that in one day. And if you want, you can get it recorded, and now you have your modular course product, and it has very high value because it's a recording of live training. If that is for a local market, that is what I would do to get started. And you want to do that because you need to have because based on the feedbacks is that you did some sharings on how to do Facebook marketing only but not official training. You got to get yourself official, and when you do yourself official, when you have your sales page, at least you can say that, hey, I'm a trainer, and at least you have some pictures to support your sales page that you have done this officially, like you did your own workshop in that sense. And the next point is this, is that when you first start right now, based on the comments that I have, based on your feedbacks, is that you haven't do any official training yet, which means that you have no case study to speak about. You have no testimonials to show about. So you need to have that in order for you to enhance your credibility. Now, although you know about Facebook advertising and so on, like what I understand from here, but it will strengthen your position by showing that you have that, right? That you have trained someone, because not many people wants to be, a strong word would be guinea pig. Not many people wants to do that. If they have an option to invest, they will invest into someone who can show them that, hey, I've done this and these are the list of clients that I have. Now, the other point that I want to bring up based on your feedback is that you mentioned that your market is entrepreneurs and business owners, right? So entrepreneurs and business owners, if you want, right, is that in instead of trying to sell them course, which they are not too interested about, you should sell them something that is different where they want to buy, which is a done for you solution. Now, because if you talk about the entrepreneurs and business owners, usually this market belongs to the authority market. Means that for business owners and entrepreneurs, I mean, if you want to get into the business owners and entrepreneurs, right? You see, I've taught before about different way of branding, your persona and so on. So there's this slumdog millionaire persona where you are a newbie and you have achieved success, and then you tell all the newbies, hey, I've achieved that, so I can hold your hand and show you the way, right? That would be the newbies market. But if you want to go for the business owners and the entrepreneurs market, usually they would need the authority brand to attract them because they have already achieved success in their own business and they want to learn from someone who have strong authority. You see where I'm coming from? So if you want to get into that niche market, or to serve that market, and you are new to the game in terms of your credibility and your testimonials and so on, not in your knowledge, don't get me wrong, you may be very, very knowledgeable. All I'm covering right now is the marketing aspect, so I don't want you to misunderstand me when I'm saying all of this. All right, okay. So in terms of your branding, right, you may not get them to buy your course in that sense because then you'll be competing with many other authorities in the market that teach about Facebook. But if you position yourself differently and you go inside and you provide a done for you solutions, then they may be interested. So what is a done for you solution? So let's pull up your module here. Okay, so as you can see, we have the module here, target group to serve. So if I'm working with business owners, here's what I do for you. I will help you to decide which market you should serve. Like how to create your audience, I'll do it for you. About the solution, okay? And lead generation, I will basically create a campaign to lead generate for your business. And how to monitor, I just jump to module 5 so that you get the idea what I'm trying to explain here. So I will share with you how to monitor, but at the same time I will actually monitor the campaign for you. So when you do it this way, the business owners and the entrepreneurs, they will still buy from you because they could not get an authority to do that for them at an affordable price rate. Make sense? And it's okay for you to go in at an affordable price rate simply because you're building up your portfolio. You're building up your credential, testimonials, and everything else. So once you build all of those, you will see that getting authority to join you or to buy your course and so on, it will be so much more simpler to that degree. All right, so the structure that you have, the 5 modules, that's great itself. You can just work on that and you can just expand on that. So if you do a done for you solution, well, you can just use the same modules and you walk through the client and says, this is what I teach, this is what I do, bam, 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 bam. But instead of you doing this, I will do it for you. I'll figure out who is your audience, who is this, and so on. Okay. So the done for you part means that they don't do anything. It's a done for you, right? Means that so you have your 5 modules. You mentioned that I'm going to teach you how to find your audience. So they're not going to have time to find their audience. I mean, these are business owners and entrepreneurs, so they don't have time. So what you do is that hey, you'll be working one-on-one with the clients. So I will basically figure out what is your audience, and I'll tell you that, and this is your autoresponder. I'll set up your autoresponder. Just give me your login and I'll just set up your autoresponder. I'll just literally do a done for you solution, and that's where you get the highest results from your clients. And of course you can charge a more premium pricing, and pricing is subjective. It's up to you whether it's few hundred or few thousand. It's totally up to you. There's no real pricing in what you do. Of course, if you're charging something outrageous like 10,000, 20,000, then maybe you have some obstacles to get someone to pay you before you build up your brand. But if you're talking to a business owner or entrepreneur, and the pricing justify for the business that they can get, you have a sale, right? Okay, so we have got it there. Great. So Sean asked, any guide in positioning? Generally, in terms of positioning, it's all about building your brand. Who do you want to be known for, and which market that you want to serve? And if you know which market that you want to serve, then you have the right message to market. So if you have specific example, Sean, I'll be happy to address for you. But adding guide and positioning is a very abstract thing, right? Like for instance, the way how I position is that I've been sharing with you that it's all about building up your persona. I mean, that is the core focus. That is like the very foundation. If you don't have that, everything else doesn't make sense. If you have that, you have everything. Like for instance, you take Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Gary Vaynerchuk positioning is what? You get to know his core message. What's his core message? His core message is, I don't give a fuck about anything, right? And I use the word I don't give a fuck if anything, not because I want to swear. I'm just rephrasing on how he positioned himself, right? And his mantra is you gotta hustle, 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 hustle. And it's all about tapping on social media. I mean, that's what his message is, right? Now, different person will have their own message, but you gotta have your message. Now, from that, then you build your positioning. If you don't have your own message, if you don't stand out in a crowd, then there's no positioning. Then you just be like another person, which is not wrong, but that will give you normal results. That will give you mediocre results. That is not going to get a lot of traction in that sense. So, like for instance, I'll take another example, like my friend Russell Brunson. So it's all about funnels. I mean, that's the only message that you get. He's saying that, hey, funnels is the solution to achieving anything to unlock any wealth that you want on the internet. So that's his message, right? And obviously, his brand is the authority brand. And he builds that very strong with his own tribe and everything else. Like a lot of motivational speakers, they are positioning themselves like a slumdog millionaire so that they can relate to the audience like, hey, I was once very poor and all this kind of stuff, and and I know how you feel, but right now I'm going to show to you way how to escape this whole shitty mess and so on, right? So what is your positioning? What is your brand? What is your brand is what is the persona that you bring on the table? Then you start to develop that. Then all of your website, your ads and so on. I mean, those are all relates back to how you position yourself. So then there's like for instance Joe Bauer. Joe Bauer, the speaker training. So he's positioning himself as like the top authority, like he's the person who trains all of the speakers, all right? So he's positioning himself like if you want to learn about speaking, then you're gonna find him because he's like the best in the industry because he's the one who trains the rest of the speakers, right? So I'm just telling you how different gurus build their different brand and so on. Then you have like for instance T.F. Aker, right? T.F. Aker will be, I would say, an authority, but he also plays a Slumdog Millionaire once in a while. But at the same time, he's also more aggressive. Like he can scold people, not angrily, but with love. And he can call people losers from time to time if someone doesn't do the right things. So that is all about how he differentiates himself differently, right? So different speakers, different marketers will have a different angle and so on. And you start building that on day one. Now nobody would know anything right now. He says that but nobody cares about my brand. He said, of course nobody cares with your brand right now, but later on they will. Like when I first start, or when Gary Vaynerchuk first start, when Russell Brunson first start, when anyone first start, they are all the same. Everybody goes through that phase, and once we get it and we start doing that right now, right? Then you will see the magic starts happening 6 months later on, 12 months later on, or maybe 3 months later on. Okay, let's go. So we have from Sean. I watched the 5-day mini course that you mentioned. I have a few questions. Sure thing. How we implement with ClickFunnels? Can we use Mobile Monkey to set up that button, or we must sign up actually? If traffic comes from Google or other source, we will include a form with FB Messenger button. How we should set up so both traffic can receive 5-day mini course. Okay, right. So great. First of all, awesome that Sean you actually gone through the training. You don't need ClickFunnels. You just need your Facebook chatbots. That's all you need, right? You can use ClickFunnels if you want to capture the emails at later stage. So I will break it down here on how it works, okay? Okay, so you have your mini course. This is Facebook Messenger. So this is the messenger. So what you do is that you build a messenger list. You're not building an email list in that sense. So how do you get them here? This is Facebook ads, for instance, right? So I'm just gonna give a really crash course. You gotta watch the entire video to understand how it actually works. So what you do is that you on your Facebook ads here, you're giving away a mini course. You call it a mini course. So it's a 5-part mini course. It's not a 5-day, it's a 5-part mini course. I know I say 5 days, but it's actually a 5-part mini course. And the reason why it becomes a 5-part instead of 5 days is because Facebook comes out with the new policy where you cannot send messages every day anymore. Okay? But you can send within 24 hours. So you tell them, hey, you're gonna get a mini course, and if they want, they subscribe. The way how they subscribe is they just need to send a message if you're using Mobile Monkey, right? So if you don't use Mobile Monkey, you can use any other chatbot. It doesn't really matter. But if you use Mobile Monkey, I mean that's the one I use, it will just add them into your messenger list. And when it goes to your messenger list, you will have your mini course 1, mini course 2, mini course 3, mini course 4, and mini course 5 within 24 hours. So you call it, hey, I got a 5-part mini course, and it's about whatever it is, and then you start to send them here. Now, if in this process, to answer your questions, there is no ClickFunnels, there's no Actionetics. I use ClickFunnels, I don't use Actionetics because I am using Aweber since day one, and I have no intention to change that because all my mailing lists are inside there. Okay, so I hope you understand the picture here, where it explains to you that there is no ClickFunnels here. Now, where ClickFunnels or email list comes in, if you want to build a list, then in one of your mini course, right, one of the 5 mini course, you could send them to a page, to an opt-in page, to subscribe something. Now, I'm not going to get too in-depth here, but I just want to touch a bit some basic of it because this is what I teach in the entire course, okay? So you can come over here, you can say, okay, so after the mini course finish, and you can say that, hey, if you want to learn more about ABC, there's a free report that expand on this teaching, right? And they have to click to come here, but it doesn't cost you anything because you have already built your messenger list. They come over here, they opt in, you get them into your email list. So this could be if you use Actionetics, or I do not know how to spell, whatever it is. For instance, I just use Aweber. They just opt in into your subscribers. And this one is just a page. It's just an opt-in page. If you have ClickFunnels, you can use ClickFunnels to put out a web page easily. If not, then any software, any tool will just do the job, right? It's very effective because they're receiving inbox messages. So you build your email list this way. Then of course from here, they go into email, you can send them promotions, and you can do lots of stuff, right? So this is all internet marketing again. This is mini course 3.0. This is all internet marketing stuff, email marketing and so on, funnels, etc. All right. Okay, so the next question is that if traffic comes from Google or other source, we will include a form with FB Messenger button. How we should set up so both traffic can receive 5-day mini course. Now, if you drive traffic from say Google Ads or other traffic source, right? Then yes, you will need to have an opt-in page here. Okay, and this opt-in page here, you will need to have your Facebook button. So let me just put here. So now this thing doesn't exist anymore because you're not using Facebook ads. So you're driving traffic, let's say from Google. Let's say, right? It doesn't. Okay, let me just swing it back from Google. So you drive traffic to your opt-in page, and on your opt-in page, you gotta have the send message button here. I'm not going to walk you through in the technical aspect of that because all of this is inside Mobile Monkey's guide. So this is why I recommend Mobile Monkey, because my team gone through the guide. So, I know how it works, but like how to do it, I do not know how to do it. You got to go through the Mobile Monkey's tutorial, and I'm suggesting Mobile Monkey simply because I have used that and it seems to work. So you put a send message here, and when they click on the send message, then it goes back here all over again. So you can actually do that. right? All right, Sean, I hope that I've addressed both of your questions. Moving on to the next session. Okay, this is from Joey Boy. Hi Patrick, this is my first ever online class creation. Exciting, very good. Joey, thank you for your course, content, and coaching. I got this done. Excellent. You know how much that means to me by you telling me that you got this done because the content I'm teaching you and also the coaching that you get. You know, this is really awesome. I can't wait to help you. Within this next 12 months. I feel excited and happy, though this is just the beginning. It's fine. It's just the beginning. Below are the pages I've created to market Marcus online chess class. The online chess class will target local Malaysians. There are two videos. First video is the intro page and the second video is the lesson 1 page. The video sales letter script is written on the respective pages. Kindly have to review and let me know where to improve to get great conversion. So this is the intro page, this is lesson 1 page, and this is the registration form page, right? Now let's take a quick look on your intro page. Let's take a quick look on your intro page. So before I do that, to give everyone some history, so Joey is trying to create a knowledge-based product, a digital product on how to improve chess. Now that is new, right? That is some awesome stuff, and it is targeting to the local market at this moment of time. So this is your registration page, right? What is the secret of improving your chess? This is National Master Marcus Chan, and so on and so on. And there's a video, and there's some training here, and then there's an opt-in box, right? And after they opt in, your plan is that they go here, the lesson 1, the closed door, they go through all of this, and then if they click here, then you're leading them here to purchase the product. Okay, now this is a common model, but what I'll do, I'll say this totally different. I will probably dissect this business differently. And that's why, when you be inside the insider, this is what you get. This is what I do for a 25K client on revamping the whole business, consulting, and structuring things. So if you create stuff for me to see, like you usually do stuff already, right? And I can help you to improvise, and that's how you build the business successfully. Now I can see the headline, I can tweak it, and so on. I can say that just don't have a headline. So this is where I get really excited when I see things as being created in that sense. Because once you created this, whatever I tell you, you can just redo it because you sort of know how to do things. Okay, so going back to here is that I will probably change the entire strategy for your business. So I'm going to go to the board here to share with you how I'm going to change everything. Okay, but before that, here are a few key points that I want to highlight to you of what you can do. I want to share with you is that I would change the whole strategy here. The thing that you want to do is that you want to focus on creating the sales page. This is less important, and I'll explain to you why. What I want you to do, your action item is to create a sales page. Now, I go ahead and I check out marcuschess.com website. After all, because it's the subdomain of that. So there are a lot of content on marcuschess.com that you can use to create a sales page. You want to create a standalone sales page rather than a form like this. Create a sales page. Action item. Joey, you writing those down like your notes right now? That is your action item. Okay. So right now, I will draw it out. What I will teach you, what you should do. And I get excited. Yeah, I get excited with this stuff because this is not theory stuff. Because you have already do something, and whatever I teach you, and I know you're an action taker, you can just put into practice. This is why it gets me so excited and so passionate working with you. And it's not asking like theory based stuff. Like, if this happened, what happened next? It's not that. This is exactly what you can do. So let me just give you the bot here right now. Okay, so don't create a registration page anymore, simply because email marketing doesn't really work in Malaysia market. I mean, people rarely check emails, especially in the non-internet marketing niche, right? I mean, let's just think it this way. Like, if you build an email list, what is the likelihood that this person who likes chess will actually open up the emails regularly? For all sake, this person may subscribe with his Yahoo email and he never checks his Yahoo emails at least once a week only he checks. So I mean the responsiveness is not going to be as good as how you think it's going to be. So this is how I predict into the future, or should I say this is what my company will be doing. We don't focus on primarily building mailing lists that much, but we focus on building a buyer list. So which means that we sell the products. So we play a lot with Facebook right now, with send messages, creating custom audience and so on. So what I'll do is this. Let me just map it out for you. You have several videos here. As far as I'm concerned, you have two videos, okay? So one, you have your registration video, right? And then you also have your, which is called your intro video. And I see there's some content there. The other one is that you have your lesson one video. This is what I will do. This is how I will use these videos. So I am not going to put out a page and drive traffic and get them to subscribe. What I'll do is that I will take this video here, right? You may need to edit it a bit further to make it more attention grabbing and so on. What I'll do is that I'll run that as a video ad. Oh, there's no more color for this fellow. I'll run it as a video ad on Facebook. So Marcus Chess will have a Marcus Chess fan page, and so that he can put this video up. Whether it's organic, whether it's paid ads and so on, that's the whole different story. So once he do it, he will build an audience, right? So all those people who watch this video, we call them video audience. Now from this video audience, this is how I will run the marketing right now. I'll run another ad which is focus not to pitch but focus on giving more content, because your intro video actually have content, which doesn't make sense much when you put it on opt-in page and you have like 6 minutes video for someone to watch. I mean, it's just like too much. So you have content here, they watch that, and then you run another ad. This is called ad 2. Let's say it's called ad 2. This is called the lesson ad. You run this ad here targeting this video audience, and you run this content here, right? Now, but when you run this ad here, this video, it is not inside Facebook, it is on your sales page. Make sense? So which means that this video is inside Facebook, you put it on the page, you run that traffic, they go here, and after they watch this, you run a secondary ad and say, hey, did you enjoy the content, the one that you share inside the intro video where I talk about, I'm not too sure what it talks about because I don't really review content, I review marketing elements and so on. And then you tell them, hey, if you watch this, you like the method, I have like another amazing lesson called whatever it is, okay? And then you drive them for this video here. This is your sales page. So the lesson is on top of the sales page. The lesson is on top of the sales page. You probably can't use this on WordPress unless you do a bit more configuration. You look for certain plugins. So they go to the sales page. The video is here. The headline says, hey, lesson one, whatever it is. You can learn blah blah blah. Very short paragraph, and then the video. Now after about like 2 minutes, the bottom part there, it will just appear the entire sales page. So it's being delayed, like ClickFunnels and so on, they can do that. If you're using WordPress, you get to figure it somewhere else and so on. If you can't do that, if it's too taxing, right, then the video and then the sales page is all shown straight away. So once they watch this, it will be a sales page for them to place order at the bottom there. Now the video here, it's the lesson, and also it's a form of the pitch itself. So throughout the lesson, right, it should say, hey, just in case that if you want to unlock the entire comprehensive training called whatever your product name is, right? Check out on this webpage here right now. There should be instruction how you can then get access to that. And then meanwhile, let's continue with the chess training. So they don't take action yet, but you remind them there's something that they can purchase, they can go further from here. So at the end of lesson 1 video, and then you have the short little VSL, right? So at the end of that, you say, hey, I hope you enjoy watching this. And by the way, I have this amazing program called blah 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 and so on. And this is what you're gonna learn, blah blah blah. You don't have to break it down to all the points because it's a video. So all you need to do is to emphasize on what they will get if they learn this. Then you have the sales page, okay? So now, once you have this sales page done, what you do is that if you're not getting enough sales, then you run what we call, I'm like going like really low so that you can see everything, a retarget ad. You run a retarget ad to all of those people who watch lesson 1, right? Or all those people who visited this page. So this retarget ad will bring them back to the sales page, but this sales page that comes out is going to be another sales page. This is another sales page without lesson 1, but it has the video page and the sales page put here. So the retarget ad goes back here and says, hey, notice that you check out the course, but you didn't make a decision as well. And again, I'll help you to review all of this as we develop further, right? So don't worry about all these parts, but you sort of understand what you're doing so that you're not so-called working blindly in that sense, so that you know what is happening next. So that's how I will be building the business. I will not be focusing on capturing email leads. I will focus on selling the products and also building my audience on Facebook, right? Well, and it's not that email list is not important, but it's case to case basis, It's just a different market in that sense. Add on to this is that in terms of your product, let me just go back and show you here. Okay, so we need to tweak a bit on the branding. Like this course is called Secrets of Chess Tactics Online Chess Class. Do you see that it's very tongue twisted? So you gotta change this. And also your headline says what is the secret of improving your chess? Right. So I'm guessing that you're focusing on someone who already know how to play chess and how to improve, correct? Maybe this can be something better. Why would they want to improve their chess? See, you got to change to a headline that speaks to the benefits of why do you want to improve the chess. So for instance, I'm just making this up, how to become a good chess player to impress your friends and family. So how you can be a great chess player so you will never lose in the next tournament again. Or how to be a great chess player so that you never be laughed at the next chess tournament again, right? So you get to know how to play with how they think, what they want for the benefits. And then the product's name, Secrets of Chess Tactics Online Chess Class. You see that the word chess has been repeated twice, and there's just too many S. Secrets, chess, tactics, chess, class. So it's very tongue twisted for you to actually speak all of those together, right? So how could you work on the name of the product? Well, you can do maybe you can have it like, I mean, if you're branding the Marcus Chess name, you can continue with Marcus Chess and say something like Marcus Chess Online Masterclass, similar to that, and that's it, right? Okay, do you think that sounds better than having Secrets of Chess Tactics Online Chess Class? So we just have Marcus Chess Online Masterclass, or if master, because so he plays with the name Master, like a chess master. So by using the word master class, it sounds cool and sort of resonate with this niche market. There you go, Joey. Bam! What a winning product that you are having. And of course, if it doesn't sell, right? Doesn't matter because you sort of build your audience and so on. There's just so many things that you can monetize from that later on. Okay. All right, so those are the sessions that we have. Those the submissions that we received. They are all amazing, right? So we have covered a lot of things today, from the reviews to some strategies, but more importantly is that you're gonna take action and go from there. You just need to dive in and trust. All right, so that is for today's session. Have a great day ahead, or have a great evening. I'll see you in the next coaching session then. Or I'll see you in Facebook. Take care. Bye.